Welcome to AnimeThoughts, where we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan and Attack on Titan 2. Before we get to Season 2, let's talk a little bit about Season 1. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go and see it. It was a great watch. And if you have seen it, but you haven't seen it in probably about a year's time, I would say go and rewatch it. It's not going to be a waste of your time. It was really good, even when I rewatched it the second time. See, that was probably one of my first anime that I actually rewatched, and I was surprised. They had my palms were sweating. I was on edge, and I even knew what was going to happen. So they did a really good job with the anime. What I loved about the anime was that every episode made you feel like you needed to watch the next episode. And every episode never made you feel bored or like halfway through the series you're like, oh man, why am I wasting my time with this? It was very well made. I really liked it. Now, the one thing that did make me a little upset, I'm not upset about it anymore because there's going to be Season 2 now, but they left too big of a cliffhanger in the end. There was too much unexplained, even on the last episode. And one of the big ones is the female Titan. The female Titan, yeah, there was points to where she had a background, where they were explaining like what was going on, like her dad or her grandpa, someone of that nature, may have made her into a female Titan, and he was saying he was sorry. But it didn't explain why she was so good at martial arts, why she loved martial arts. It didn't explain her motives exactly. And you might be saying, well, there was a point in the anime to where she said her motives. And I know what you're talking about. I know you're talking about that one piece to where she's talking about protecting the weak. And I thought, maybe she wanted to protect the weak by getting rid of all of the bad guys or the bad people on top of the food chain, like all the people that are corrupt. That's what I thought. But then she goes up. She ends up killing the two Titans, which makes you think that she's trying to protect information on them figuring out the Titans, which doesn't go along with the motive that they're trying to portray. Now, that's what I think they're trying to portray. If I'm missing something, please tell me in the comments. She ended up killing those two Titans that they could have got information from. She went on that recon team to try to capture the main character, but she didn't do it, and she started crying. Why did she want to capture him? I still don't know that, and that bothers me. Maybe she just wanted to escape with him. I have no idea what. I don't know. There wasn't enough explanation, and I don't like how they just wanted you to use your imagination. But now that there's going to be a Season 2, I'm not too upset about it because I have high hopes that they're going to explain everything. So the motive was really iffy because she was killing the recon people. She killed the Titans to where they couldn't get information. And then she ends up turning into a Titan and going on a rampage. And she did look like she was upset when she crushed all the people that were praying in that one building. But she didn't really, I felt like she didn't feel that upset. I felt like she wasn't that depressed that innocent people were dying. And I think in one of the reports, it was talking about how many people died. And it was a lot of people that died. And yeah, partly due to the main character. But, she probably caused quite a few deaths as well. So I really don't get, I don't get her motive. And that was a big iffy for me. And it really upset me in the ending when they didn't explain it. That's how it ended. To where they tried capturing her and then they didn't get her. Or they captured her, but they're not going to get any information out of her. And that's how it ends. The next one is that she can use ice. It doesn't explain how she can do it. And I get that Titans are a big, iffy, gray area in the anime world. Like there's so much that they don't know about. Which I understand. I felt like the giant colossal and the other dude, they didn't have anything special. Yeah, one of them was giant. One of them looked like he had more bones. She could manipulate ice. She could freeze her muscles or like take out the temperature in her hand or whatever, and then make ice. Is what I figured. But I still I still don't get why that was even allowed. I don't get why that was a thing. And then in the ending, she could make her whole body into ice without being a Titan. So she did it with just herself, which that's a lot of ice. If you go back and you look at it, that's a lot of ice. I don't see how she was able to create so much ice. Now that's another thing that bothered me, and I could be totally overlooking something, but I only watch anime, and I'm only gonna take what I can get from anime. I'm not gonna go to a manga and be like, oh well, that's what they were trying to portray. I'm trying to look at the anime as it is and try to figure out what they're trying to tell me. That's why it's called AnimeThoughts. But that's just the big thing that I didn't like. Just the huge cliffhanger, leaving everything to your imagination. And then I didn't know that there was gonna be a season 2 a while back when I did watch it. So it was very frustrating to have that happen to me when the entire series or season 1 was amazing. It was just great, and then the ending just left me with so much. I was like, oh my god, if they don't have a season 2, I'm gonna freak out. And they didn't, and I didn't know that they were gonna have one, and then they finally have one, and I'm happy again. And I think maybe a couple of y'all felt the same way as me, or feel the same way as me. Now let's talk about season 2. The biggest thing that I want out of season 2 is that they don't skip time. Like, I don't want them to be like 2 years later, blah 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 blah. Like, I want it to just start off right from where it started. That's what I'm hoping for, at least. Just because I want all that stuff to be explained. Now, if they do a good job by going 2 years in the future and explaining everything, and I don't feel like I missed much, then yes, I'm all for it. That's going to be amazing. I just really hope they tie in everything, because there's a lot of stuff that wasn't explained. Like, where was his dad going? I think it explained where his dad was going, but his dad was gone for so long, 5 years, and his dad never looked for him. But then he gives him the key to humanity, to save, to I don't know, but he's gone for 5 years, and you know his dad knows where he's at, because he's such a hot topic in this world that everyone's talking about him. So his dad knows, but he never came back. Why did he not come back? That's another mystery that I'd like season 2 to explain. I'm pretty sure they're going to explain it and go into detail with that stuff. And I really want the mystery of the blonde-headed chick to be solved. Just because that was a big thing that bothered me, and it was the ending that was like the big old bang, like, and nothing was explained. I was just like, just as long as they do what they did though, and then they actually explain the ending of season 2, that would be great. Like, I have such high hopes for season 2. I'm hoping that there's not an episode to where I'm like, man, I'm tired of watching this, because I get that a lot when I'm watching anime now. And I never did get that when I watched season 1, and I hope I don't get it when I'm watching season 2. If you get anything from this video, go watch season 1. It was amazing. And if you're not thinking about watching season 2, you need to go and watch season 2 when it comes out in 2017, because I think it's going to be great. I have super, super high expectations, and I think they're going to meet them.